Hello guys, thank you so much for coming to my channel. My name is Fred and I'm here to talk about substitute teaching. The reason why I'm talking about this again is because some things have changed from the past, and I wanted to add those stuffs on my video from the previous video. So today again I wanted to speak about how to become a substitute teacher in California specifically. So if you intend to be a substitute teacher, that means that you will be teaching students when the real teacher in the class is not there, and that's when you get to teach the class. So anyways, so let me start by going over the requirements of a substitute teacher again. So previously I mentioned that you must have a bachelor's degree, yes, from a accredited university. It still stands. It still stands the same thing. You should have that. On top of that, you also need to have some basic skills. Those basic skills can either be a C-based, it could be CAT or SAT, ACT, and probably some other tests, but just one of them. So if you have done any of that, you basically actually don't even need to do again a C-based if you have done SAT. So that's one of the requirements of you being able to become a substitute teacher. This has happened because when I made the video, it was before the pandemic, and after the pandemic, most people who wanted to be in class changed their minds probably, and so we have had a high need of teachers. And so as we speak, some requirements was kind of lowered down because of the few teachers that were able to go to class in substitute. Anyways, so as we speak, you should have a bachelor's degree, probably be able to do a basic skill, which, as I said, it could be C-based, it could be SAT or ACT, and those are the exams that the agency might recommend to you. And of course, once you have all that, you should also do background check. So background check is basically to determine if you're employable, the history, if you have a good history, if you're able to be around kids, you know, those kind of things, because you know what that means. So if you have some bad history, probably that may deter you. It may not stop you from getting employed, but sometimes some agencies might not like to see that on your record. Or maybe if your record is clear, then actually you should be fine. But yes, make sure you get that live scan so that you get cleared to be able to, you know, help kids who may be needing that help. Now, how do you go about all this? So if you're interested, you can basically go through get a permit. Normally it's called it's actually 30-day emergency permit. There are different types of them, which I might talk about them sometimes. But if you intend to be a teacher at some point, you could just still go and get a teacher credential. You know, some of you guys want to be a teacher, you already have the credential, but you're not ready to. You know, some of you, especially I'm speaking this on behalf of those people who came from other countries apart from US. So let's say you came from another country, it could be from Africa, any country from Africa, or from, you know, you came from England, you came from Germany, you came from Australia, you came from probably Asia, any country from Asia there. So some of you don't even know how to go about becoming a sub. So that's why I'm speaking about this, because you can get employable even though, you know, you came from another country, as long as you have a bachelor's degree and it's accredited, you got it from an accredited university. Yes, you're in the right spot. You just basically need to take that initiative and apply, and make sure that you're able to do your basic skills test, and then you can be able to prove that you have the degree, you have your credentials, transcripts maybe from your university, which is something that you can probably came with a transcript, or you're able to, you know, liaise with your university to get those transcripts handed over for in case they need them. It could probably take you almost maybe like 10 days to get notification of your being given the permit. It may range, but that will be business days. So, as soon as you get it in, the better. But once you get it in, especially the CTC, which stands for California Teacher Credentialing Department, which is based in the capital city of the California, Sacramento. You can expedite probably, but usually just you go through the process online. There are some fees associated with it, which I am not going to talk about right now, but you may require, because of the processing, you may be required to pay some fees just to make your live scan. You probably will have to pay some money for that to get the processing money, probably like $100. I'm not so sure exactly, but somewhere there. It can't break your bank, I assure you. So if you're interested, yes, that's probably what you'll need to do to get yourself ready for that. But yeah, so other people have ever talked to me about becoming a sub, and does the degree that you have matter? Does it have to be from specific career? Actually not. As long as you have a bachelor's degree, it doesn't matter which field of study that you partook. You could be an engineer, a medical doctor, you could be anything that you did in your country, as long as it's an accredited university. That counts. That counts. The only major thing that could change is when you want to become a teacher. If you want to become a teacher to teach full-time as a teacher, you will basically need to have a subject that could be taught in the school. Let's say you took engineering. Yes, you majored in some, maybe you have some mathematics in there, you have some physics in there, but you can easily go through the CTC. They will give you an evaluation of your transcripts, and they will tell you that this is what you qualify to teach. If it's not enough, they'll encourage you maybe to take some classes so that you're able to cover that, because probably you want to teach math, you want to teach physics, you want to teach maybe chemistry. They just want to make sure that you're ready to teach that class. So you probably will want, first of all, to make sure your transcripts are evaluated, and we have different evaluation companies for that. But if you are ready to get that happening, the CDC will give you the information, or they will send you information to where they want you to do evaluation of your transcripts. Yes, another thing I wanted to talk about is probably now, how do you start working if you have the permit? So once you get your permit, then yeah, you probably will have been employed by a school district, or you can apply. You can apply to substitute in a school district if you have all the requirements. Now, one thing you can do is probably get a few school districts, because let me assure you that some days you may not get jobs as a substitute teacher, because you only need it if the teacher is out sick or maybe is absent, and no one is going to be able to substitute there. So make sure you have more than 2 schools, probably school districts, so that in case you're not needed in this school district, you can be needed elsewhere. For me, when I was kind of trying to get started myself, to just get my feet wet, I basically had more than 2 school districts. I guess I had 2 school districts, so that if one wasn't offering me anything, I would be able to look elsewhere for supplemental. But that was just short-lived when I was trying to see if I can fit into the system. And as we speak, it only took me about 6 months to substitute and shadow teachers, because for me I already had a credential, and I was already credentialed to teach. So my subbing was kind of teaching, trying to intern, I was just like an intern teaching, but subbing at the same time, which only, as I said, lasted for only 6 months. And then after 6 months, I got hired to be my own teacher, to own my own classroom, where, as we speak, I've been working as a teacher for more than 6 or 7 years in this country alone. Actually not, could be 10 years if I'm not wrong. I think I was talking about one school. But yeah, overall I've been teaching for a while, and I can attest to you that substitute teachers are really needed, especially because if you're not there as a teacher, then students will not have anybody to watch over them. So I encourage you guys to look into that for those who want to, and you'll find that it's actually beneficial. And in fact, what I've seen most happening is that most people who are retired actually are the ones who come to substitute teaching to teach, because that's just another layer of you getting out of your house and not getting bored in your house and going to, you're helping a child there, and also you're also, being part of the society, building the community and all that. And so yeah, as much as substitute teaching is for everyone, even if you're retired and you just not wanna be touching some other, tapping from other things that you've never done, yeah, consider that. And I've seen that happening, especially where I work. Most of the teachers who come there to substitute are mostly retired teachers or retired employees from other sectors like computer scientists, tech people, police officers. You just want to do something, Yeah, so, and you get paid. Actually, you get paid well. It's just that you don't get benefits, but you might have some other benefits depending on how much you are offering. But in most cases, you get well paid, and it's worth it. So I think most of you should think about doing that. Now, so once you get let's say you apply to a school district and you get employed, of course, every school district have a way in which they inform you if they have any jobs available. You can pre-apply, like book, or you can wait until when it's, the day when it's, but it's always good to go online and check if they have any availability, because some teachers normally place their absences ahead of time, and when they know. So if you go in there, you can easily tell that I want to substitute this school, this level of school. If you want to substitute in high school, or maybe in middle school, or elementary school, or maybe like in preschool, kindergarten, those kind of situations, if you prefer, because some of you prefer. If you wait to be called by the system won't really tell which school you really want to go to, which level you want to go to. But if you want to specifically go to be going to high school, go online and search and filter. And sometimes actually, if you substitute in a school, you can always liaise with some teachers. Whenever they're absent, they can always be adding you up to them. Because some of you, maybe you have like a specific subject you like. Maybe you teach, you like Spanish, and you can work better in a Spanish, or maybe French, those kind of things if you want. And I'm saying so because you also have to have management to be a substitute teacher. That's something else that I can talk about if you guys want. I'll probably take some time and talk about how to become a successful substitute teacher, because yeah, getting there as a substitute teacher, students already know who you are. They know you're a sub and you don't have much powers as a teacher have, so they can take advantage of you. So if that's the case, again, as I finish this video, that's one thing that I'm gonna build into this, so that as you guys watch and share my videos, you can be sure that you are succeeding as a sub, and yes. So today I've talked about how to become a sub again, currently in California, and I talked to you guys about what you need, and that's having a bachelor's, and also being able to do some certifications and a background check. Those are very key that you must do. And I also mentioned like how long it will take. Probably I say maybe like 10 days, business days to get a permit. And once you have a permit, I mentioned that you will have to apply for jobs that you prefer to go to, especially you want to apply somewhere where it's close by your where you live. If you live somewhere, just apply with him. And I was just talking about that if you can get an extra school district is an added advantage, because probably you will get more, jobs for you to do, but yeah, I'm going to stop at that, and I want to say thank you so much for listening to my video.